Welcome to the top 3 finance stories you missed today. We're going to talk about Yahoo being sold again. Yeah, I said it. Again. Warren Buffett names a potential replacement, and Apple and Epic go at it. So let's jump right into it, guys. We're going to go and talk about Verizon first. And they, I'm not surprised, to be honest with you, but they decided they're going to sell off Yahoo and AOL to Apollo. Now, Apollo Global Management is a private equity firm, but the interesting thing is that Apollo will be adopting Yahoo's name. I wonder if there's anybody working at Apollo that used to work at Yahoo before all this. Now, what's interesting is that they did not purchase all of the company. Verizon will be keeping a 10% stake in it, but 90% or the controlling interest will be with Apollo. Now, all of the brands, all of them, right? All of the brands that Yahoo owned or AOL owned / Verizon are now going to Apollo. That includes TechCrunch. That includes Yahoo Finance, which has actually grown quite a bit, as well as Engadget, and I'm sure there are a bunch of other publications that are also going. Now, the deal is expected to be completed in the second half of 2021. So I'd say, 2022 is probably a good guesstimate as to when it'll actually be done, because you know how this goes. Nothing's ever on time. Now, it is an interesting price. So when you add up how much Verizon paid for AOL and Yahoo, it's about $9.9 billion. Actually, it is $9.9 billion. Well, Verizon's selling all of this. This is not including Engadget, TechCrunch, all of the other ones, for $4.25 billion in cash. Now, I don't know about you, but that does not sound like $9 billion. Or $8.9 billion. So obviously Verizon is taking a write down. Now, this does make sense for Verizon. It's going to allow them to take that cash and really focus in on what makes Verizon Verizon. Nobody thinks of Yahoo as Verizon or Verizon as Yahoo. So it was a natural split off. Let's get rid of them and focus on our core business. Focus on connecting people through cell phones, through our digital products that provide connectivity, not media or news. Now, Comcast has gone a totally different route. Fine, great for them. But clearly, Verizon has decided not to do that. All right, now let's move into the second article. And this one is one that I actually found pretty interesting. Over the past few years, Warren Buffett has received tons of questions about who his next, who his successor is, right? I mean, let's not bounce around it. Unfortunately, he is getting to that age where, let me make this full screen. There we go. He's getting to that age where you have to start planning this kind of thing. I guess that's fair to say. So he has stated that Greg Abel, who actually joined the company in 2018, he's in charge of their energy sector, that he would be the one that, if something were to happen to Warren Buffett tonight, right, some terrible tragedy occurred, he's the one that they would put in power, which is great. I think that's awesome news. I think that the fact that they have somebody selected that could do it really shows that they have confidence in him. Now, one of the things, at least I watched it on Saturday. Maybe not everybody watched it for the 6 hours it was, but I did. As Greg was presenting, I felt very comfortable with him. In fact, you would have thought he had been doing this for 40 years at Berkshire Hathaway, but he's only been with Berkshire since 18. So 3 years, that's it. So, I have faith in him. I think he's going to do great. Here he is right here. He is an accountant. He worked with PricewaterhouseCoopers. big name companies. He's worked with energy companies. I gotta tell you though, their vice chairman, Ajit Jain, I believe his name is. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. He's over the insurance groups. I gotta tell you, this guy right here is smart as heck. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's not also, well, actually he is. He's number 2 in line for Warren Buffett's spot, with Greg Abel being number 1. But I think he's got a shot at becoming the overall. So, I got a feeling that he's going to do it. And the fact that Greg has stated some of these things, especially, I couldn't be more proud of Berkshire. And obviously Warren and Charlie Abel added while keeping a low profile at the meeting. This guy is humble, but he recognizes the importance of Berkshire Hathaway. He recognizes that Warren and Charlie are the business geniuses, and he is learning from them, and I think he'd do a great job taking over. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, those were 2 very interesting stories. I thought that we might talk a little bit about Apple. Yep, Apple and Epic are just, they're in a pissing match, to be frank. However, I must say Apple does have a leg to stand on. Apple is protecting their users. There are a lot of people go to Apple products because of the ecosystem that was built. And the ecosystem that was built protects them in what Apple is saying. And to be frank, I have an iPhone. I love it. It has not failed me yet. Have I had a break and random crap need to be fixed? Yes. We're not going to get into right to repair or anything on this episode, but maybe in the future. Anyhow, Apple and Epic. So Epic makes Fortnite. Fortnite makes its money through selling skins for its games. And they weren't happy with 30%, which I can't blame them. 30% is a lot of money, especially when you're talking about a game that brings in $700 million a month. So it's a ton of money. But Epic launched this on Apple's platform. They were not forced to launch this on Apple's platform. Is Apple the majority of devices in the world? No, they're actually not. So that said, hate to say it, free market, you don't have to go on them. You don't have to sell your product on Apple's store. Now, what Epic did was ridiculous. They decided to, at 2 a.m., send an email to Tim Cook saying, we're going to bypass the Apple App Store to collect payments. It's already in our app. It's live right now. And you know what? You don't like it so bad. Kick us off. Well, Apple kicked them off for it. And because of this, Epic intentionally circumvented paying Apple its cut of goods sold through the digital storefront. Period. Now, Google, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, they all do the same thing. I don't know, guys. I don't think Epic has a really strong battle on, or I'm sorry, not battle, but argument. This is going to be a battle of the Epic, an epic battle. And they're projecting that Epic is going to spend somewhere in the neighborhood of $500+ million on this lawsuit. Now, let me remind you, Apple just announced how, they made $50-something billion last quarter. So I'm pretty sure Apple can outspend Epic probably 100 to 1. And, you can't blame them for doing that with how much money is made from the App Store and from services. Anyhow, I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I do this because I find it fun, and I hope you do as well. If you guys like this episode, please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Once again, this is Money Isn't Hard. Have a good one, guys.